Hi, Jackie. Welcome back
Hi,
again.
thank you.
How are you doing this day?
Not too bad.
Okay, and I see you haven't brought your daughter in today.
No, she was in school, so I didn't want to pull her out.
Okay, so how have things been progressing since the last time you were here?
A little bit better. Not,
Mm.
obviously not 100%. It's only been a week.
Yeah.
So, we're slowly working on things, more communication.
Well, that's good too.
Yeah.
Have you done anything with the addresses of the job shops that I gave you and the counseling?
Yeah, I looked into them.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do some more, putting in some applications.
That's
You know,
great.
it's
That's
hard to
good for you.
schedule a job around school, so.
I understand completely. It is very hard to work while you're in school, let alone be a mother and, living with your sister. It's also hard too. And so how has your attitude been since, your emotions and stuff been since you last spoke with me? Has there been fighting and arguing
Yeah.
since then? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still the same, or has that changed?
It's pretty much the same,
Mhm.
but I try and, not that I want to step in and stick up for my sister, but I'm trying to give her the skills to stick up for herself.
Yeah.
And
That's
say,
good. That's very good.
enough's enough.
Yeah, and also if you do, see counseling like I suggested, they'll also give you more tools if you're there with your sister, if you're there alone, to bring back. That way you can make that relationship between you and your sister and you and your daughter, her children, even that much stronger and better.
Mhm.
Have you spoken to them again about the fighting and arguing that's going on?
Yeah, yeah.
And what occurred with that?
He was very, what's the word? Defensive about it.
Mm.
And she knows the situation, so she wanted to go for counseling, but I don't see him doing it.
No.
No.
Okay, but she said she would go with you.
Mhm.
Well, that's a big step. That's, something that needs to be done, Even if he doesn't do it, it's good for you two to go. So that gives her a little bit of clarity to what's going on, and it makes it easier for everybody. Has there been, do you notice what occurs before they begin to fight? Like, what brings it on?
It's usually financial
Mm.
issues.
They're having financial issues?
Yeah, I mean, who's not having financial issues right now?
That's true. With you being there, how do you feel about them fighting about financial issues when, you're there and they're helping you out?
I mean, I'm getting unemployment, so I do try and contribute. I'm getting food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's just for me and my daughter, so they're not actually feeding us.
Yeah.
So, I'm doing the best I can to not be a burden
Yeah.
on them or, other mouths to feed.
Mm.
So,
Do you,
It's-
even though you are contributing, do you somehow still feel, in a kind of way that maybe, it's added,
Yeah.
to the fuel and the
yeah,
fire?
yeah.
You do, and how do you feel about that?
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gather you feel horrible, in all sense of the word, but, I mean, it's not really a possibility for you to live with somebody else, or is there nobody else that you could stay
Nobody
with?
in the area, no.
No. Have you thought about maybe moving out of the area, or?
Legally, I can't, because my
Mm.
daughter's father lives in the area, so I can't move I can't move within like 30 miles of where
What's
we live.
his role in your daughter's life? Does he
Um,
help with financial things?
Yeah, I also get child support, but
Mm.
and he sees her on the weekends, but that's about it.
Mm. And does she stay with him over the weekend, or does he come and visit?
No, she goes there, but it's only for a day,
Okay.
so there's no sleeping over.
That's good that she goes to see him. How does she feel with only seeing him once a week?
She's fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they get along, or?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you ever see him?
I mean, just when he he comes to pick her up and drop her off.
Well, that seems good, and, you know, it seems like he is helping out financially. And what else is going on, you know, besides the fighting and stuff at home? Is there any positive things that are going on? Like, do you guys take out time to, like, have a family night, or do you eat dinner together?
Yeah, they always eat dinner because,
Mhm.
like I said, they're very into the church. They're born-again Christians, so they definitely believe in... He is very strict about that, you know.
Mhm.
My kids are going to sit down and have dinner with me, no television and things like that. And they, you know, they try and go to church every Sunday, and I do try and go with them. And that's like another family time, Sundays and weekends.
That's good.
He always, you know, it's my weekend, I'm going to be with my family. So he's very into his family. It's just he doesn't treat his family or his wife very nice.
Well.
Yeah.
And how into you are you in the church? How do you feel going to the church? Is that something that you want to do, or are you doing it because he's mostly into it?
I'm doing it because I'm living there. I was never one for the church.
Okay, so just trying to basically not make waves, right, and do the things. Well, it's, you know, in a way, it's sort of good that you're trying to do things that, you know, the people you're staying with, your family, likes to do. That way, you know, you have something in common, you have that common ground.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really help to go if you yourself aren't enjoying it.
Right. I mean, I enjoy it when I'm there, but
Now looking
every Sunday, and, you know, it takes time out of doing other things that we need to be doing.
Yeah. Now, is Sunday the day when you go to church? Is that when your daughter goes to her father's, or?
Yeah. He usually doesn't pick her up till after, so.
Okay, that's good. So how does she like going to church, your daughter?
She likes it. You know, her cousins are there, so they get to bond a little.
That's good. Now, if at the church that you do go to, most churches do have counseling there. And since you said that her husband is really into the church, have you brought up the fact that they may be able to do not the type that they did before you told me about, but actual counseling and a therapist through the church?
I'd have to ask the church what's available for them.
Mm-hmm. They do most churches do offer, you know, different types of help,
Yeah.
either it be, you know, financial or clothing or food-wise, therapy-wise, counseling. Most churches do offer that, so I would really look into that. And you know, him being really into the church, it might be something that could benefit both of them.
Yeah, I'll have to ask them in the church.
Now, what I was meaning to ask you last time, what work do your sister and her husband do?
She is a teacher's aide at the local school, and he kind of does construction for a company.